Hello, my dear young and energetic physiognomy. A very warm welcome to Diksha Vedantu YouTube channel. I'm Master Teacher Neha ma'am. In today's session, we are going to discuss the basic mathematics that is required for your physics. Okay, so shall we start the session? Just give me some time. Let me check that is the live started properly or not. So quickly, if you are able to hear me and see me, let me know it in the chat. I'm just waiting that live starts. Is the live not started yet? I think it is started. Okay, let me just refresh this. Yeah. So the live is started now, right? Yes, great. So live has started and we can start our session that is basic mathematics. This is a part 2 video. Already I have done a part 1 video in which we have been discussing about some of the topics. The rest topics will be covered in today's session. Okay. So let's start then today's session. In the first session I have explained you guys the importance of mathematics, right? If you choose only PCB, how important is mathematics? I have already discussed about the thing in the part 1 video. Okay, so those who are watching this video who haven't watched the part 1 video, I'll recommend you guys to go through that video also, because most of the concepts I have cleared there, very basics. And we are going to enter to the part 2 of the session. So your complete basic mathematics I'm going to cover in just 2 videos. One is done and the rest will be covered in the today's session. Okay, so yeah, and this session is not only for the students who are 10th pass out and moving towards 11. This is for anyone who is preparing for their competitive exams and who want to solve the questions of a higher level physics. Okay, and just if you want to refresh your mathematics, if you want to clear your basics, you can watch this video. This video is for everyone. Okay, so shall I start today's session then? Shall we enter to our session? So if you're watching the video, let me know it in the chat. And the most important thing is, if you like the video, don't forget to hit the like button, share the videos with your friends so that they can also learn with us, and also subscribe to the channel if you're not yet, because you'll be getting amazing content in this channel. So subscribe the channel, and also we have our Telegram channel. So yesterday a student was asking about the PPT, the PDF of the sessions, right? So we'll be sharing the PDFs. Okay, at a one go I'll be sharing this PDFs to you in the Telegram channel. So those who want the notes, PDFs of sessions, and if you want to get the update of session in early, so just join the Telegram channel. The link you'll get in the description box. And not only academic content, we will be guiding you with your career stream and lots of things, right? So do check that videos also, that will be in the video section. If you want the videos link, I'll just pin it in the description box. Yeah, is it clear to everyone? Just a second. Yeah, is that clear to everyone? Shall we start today's session then? Right? So yeah, for all the competitive exams, these topics will be important. And let me discuss what are the topics I'm going to cover in this session. Is we have already discussed about algebra in the last class. We have discussed about binomial theorem, slopes and graphs, trigonometry. So these things are already done, right? So mainly we will be focusing in today's session about limits, differentiation and integration, right? So just a second, I'll be back. Just give me some time. Okay, I'll be back right now. We'll be starting this. Okay, just a second. Right, I'm back. Yeah, good evening. Sorry. Just a setup was not fine. So sorry for that. Yeah, I'm great. How are you? Sampan, right? Hi, how are you? Good evening. Okay, good evening to all. So, yeah, I'm continuing with the session. So, as I said, today I'll be starting with the limits, differentiation, and integration. Fine. So, we'll be covering these topics in today's session. So, shall we enter? So, yeah, mathematics is important for physics numericals, especially. Not only in numericals, in various parts, we'll be using this. Okay, as I said, today we will cover about limits, differentiation, integration. Okay, these three concepts I'm going to cover here. Fine. Shall we enter? Right? Shall I start? Okay. So let's enter. Let's start with the limits. So before starting the definition and the formula of limits, do you know what is actually limit means? Okay. Limit is nothing but if you consider a function. Okay. Let's consider a straight line. On a straight line, let's consider a point A. Okay. So there will be the function f of x which will be approaching this point A. Okay. From two sides. One is called as left hand side. Other one is called as right hand side. Okay. So they will be approaching to the function A. One from left hand side and other from the right hand side. Is that clear about limits? So the thing which is approaching from this what I can say left hand side, okay, we'll write it as limit x tends to minus a minus. It's not minus a, it is a minus. Minus represents that it is approaching from the left side. So what is this? This is LHL, left hand limit. Okay. Similarly, the thing which is approaching from right is called as right hand limit and it is denoted by limit x tends to plus a. Okay. X tends to plus a, which we consider to be RHL. So this is the basic thing. Limit is nothing but there's a point which a function is approaching from two directions. So the thing which is approaching from negative x-axis we'll consider as LHL. The thing which approaches from positive x-axis we consider it to be RHL. Is it clear? So first we have to know what is LHL and what is RHL. They are nothing but right hand limit and left hand limit. Left hand limit means approaching the point from left. Right hand limit means approaching the point from right. Okay, till here it's clear, I think. Right, it's clear, right, to everyone? Okay, so we got to know that there exists. What is this f of x? F of x is nothing but a function. Okay, a function, a quantity which is changing. Okay, function of x at x is equals to a. We have to find. Okay, if our LHL and RHL turns out to be equal, we'll get a value that is called the limit of the function. Understanding? I'll calculate the LHL, I'll calculate the RHL. If the both value turns out to be same, then that value is called as the limit of this function. Okay, so it's given here. See, for example, it is limit of x tends to minus a, f of x is equals to limit of x tends to plus a plus f of x, which is equal to f of a. So f of a is the limit here. So this is very basic in limits. Okay, this is the first concept that exists in limits. Is that clear? So this is a direct limit formula. You'll just apply the value where the number is approaching in the place of x in the function. If the function is x square plus 2x plus c, okay, plus 3, let's consider, and the limit is x tending to 0. That means that the direct calculation will be in the place of x, you'll apply 0. So it is 0 square plus 2 into 0 plus 3. So the limit of the function is 3. Is it clear? So this is how we calculate a direct limit. So f of x is a function and x is a variable approaching to the value a. With a symbol you can understand, right? X is approaching to the value of a. Fine. Is that clear? Is that clear about limit? Okay then. Let us solve some of the examples regarding the limits, right? By solving some of the examples, we can clear our basics. Yes, got it? Great. Great, great, good. Okay, let's move. So let me solve some of the problems here. Okay, so let's consider first question. Find limit, okay, x tending to 3. The given formula is x square plus 4 divided by x minus 2 is the question. Okay, can anyone solve this and find out the limit? What is the limit here? Can anyone calculate it and tell me the answer in the chat? Yes, the same formula which I gave here, direct one. What we have to do? What is the answer? Quickly, before I'll solve, tell me the answer, or else I'm going to solve this. Okay, so let me first write what is given. Limit x tends to 3, x square plus 4 divided by x minus 2 is given. So the direct substitution I will use, in the place of x, I will substitute 3. That's all. So what's the answer? 3 square, 9 plus 4 by 3 minus 2 is nothing but 1. 9 plus 4 gives us 13. So what is the answer? It's very direct. The limit of the function is 13. Clear? Clear with the limit of the function? That simple is this. Okay, this is the basic formula or the direct question which you can expect in the form of limit. So let's consider a difficult one here. Okay, not difficult but a different one. Okay, if it's given function f of x is equals to, okay, let me just write down the question. Cos x if x is greater than 0, right? X is greater than or equal to 0, and if it is x plus k if x is less than 0. So here you can see that, yeah, they are not giving one function. This is one function. You'll directly apply the number limit in the function and you'll get the answer. But here there are two functions and there is a condition. Okay, this is nothing but they are giving us the LHL and RHL separately. Okay, right hand limit and left hand limits are given separately. So what this means is, let me solve it here. Okay, what this means, so see here, x greater than 0. So nothing but the value is more than 0 and the function is approaching. It's given limit, in the question it's given limit x tends to 0 f of x exist. They are given that limit x tends to 0 f of x exist. So what this means that LHL is equal to RHL. Okay, they are asking us to find this value of k. Fine. So it means, as I said, it means that LHL is equal to RHL. So what is LHL? Let me depict here. LHL is equals to RHL. Okay. So now what is LHL? Left hand limit, right? That is nothing but limit x tends to 0 minus, because approaching from the left hand, right? So it is negative and the value will be, so it is 0 here. The numbers that are present here will be greater than 0, right? And the numbers present here are less than 0. The numbers here are less than 0. So less than 0, what they have given? It is x plus k, right? So LHL, they have given x plus k. Let me write it. Okay. So limit x tends to minus 0, f of x, that is nothing but limit x tends to minus 0. In the place of f of x, I will substitute x plus k. Why? Because less than 0. Less than 0 is LHL. So I am going to substitute here x plus k. So now what it means, in the place of x, I have to substitute 0. So it becomes 0 plus k. So what is our LHL? LHL is equals to k. Okay. We got LHL. Now let's calculate the RHL. How much it turns out to be. Let's see that. Okay. So considering RHL, it is equals to limit x tends to 0 plus 0 plus nothing but greater than 0. If x is greater than 0, so what is the function? I'll just write f of x over here. That is equals to limit x tends to 0 plus, in the place of f of x, let us substitute cos x. Okay. If I put, okay, so what's the value of cos 0? What is the value of cos 0? Yes, the value is 1, right? Cos 0, 1, cos 90, 0. So RHL value is 1. Fine. So now we got LHL and RHL value from this equation, because they have said limit exists. When limit exists, there LHL will be equal to RHL. So we can conclude that given, okay, I hope you can see that, given LHL equal to RHL, that means, that implies K value is equal to 1. No, today I don't think there is any weak quiz. No, there is no weak quiz according to my knowledge. So K value is 1. Okay, so this is how you find the value of limit. And then remember the condition, that if limit has to exist, then this LHL must be equal to RHL. So Anshuman, I hope you got my answer, that as of my knowledge, I don't think today there is any weak quiz, right? If it will be there, we will inform you early only, right? It will be on the channel, so you can go through it. Fine. Okay. So done about limits. Any other question from the limits? Do you have any doubt? So this is the way how we solve limits. Clear? Just you have to remember these things, that if we check LHL, like left hand limit, thank you. Okay, left hand limit, right hand limit is equals to f of a, right? So remember, when this both are equal, only at that time, okay, only at that time we will get a value of limit. Clear? Clear? Great. So shall we move forward? Shall we enter to the next concept now? So the limits concept is clear, right? Yeah. Moving to the next concept is differentiation. Yeah, we'll start now with the differentiation. Yes, any questions, any queries if you have, right? So you can just note it down if you want to note it down. Yes, so I was speaking about this, right? So in limit, not only these kind of question, different kinds of question exist, but I have just took the basic two questions. One is with the direct limit, one is with the LHL and RHL. So you'll get different kinds of formulas like using the H value and interchanging in it. I'm not diving into it right now. Okay, so we are moving forward. We are just a second. We are moving forward with the concept of differentiation. Okay, shall we start? Just a second. Okay. See, first, studying about differentiation. Why do we require differentiation in our physics? Let's understand that. Okay. So tell me. Okay. Let me just change this color. Hmm. Okay. If I want to calculate speed, what is the formula I should use? We have already studied about this, right? So I want to calculate the speed of an object. Which particular formula should I refer to solve this as of your ninth knowledge? Okay. As of the ninth standard knowledge, we know that it is distance by time, right? We already know about this. So what is new? What different we are going to study in our 11th standard? Let me show you that. See. So, now I want to calculate the speed instantaneously. So here there is a word instantaneous speed. Okay, let me write it as delta S. Okay, so what is the meaning of delta S? Let me just, oh shit, everything it went, no problem. Sorry, no problem. Just let me fix it up. It just went, so I'm just writing it once again. So we were speaking about the speed, right? So if I want to calculate speed of any vehicle, I'll just take the distance covered by it, distance by, let me hold this properly, time, right? If I do distance by time, I'll get the speed of that object. Let me just write here. If I want to get a speed at some instant, so the vehicle is moving, okay, the vehicle is moving at some particular small time, that let me call it as delta t. If I want to get the speed at that point, so what we will write, we'll write the speed as delta d, that is distance by time. So let me explain this more properly. If I write in the equation, you'll not get it properly, so let me draw it. So yeah, this is time axis, this is distance, and this is the vehicle going. Okay, if I want to find in this particular time, I can just take a slope. If I want particularly at the time, okay, at a point t equal to 3 seconds, okay, then at that time getting the slope at a very small time range is difficult. So if anybody asks me what is the displacement or what is the speed of vehicle between 2 to 4 seconds, I can calculate it with this method, the first thing which we have already studied in our ninth standard. right? But particularly at a point very small time, if they ask what is the speed at 0.3 seconds, that much of small time, then it is difficult to calculate by this way. So to find these kind of slopes, we will use differentiation, right? Hence it is called as dv is equals to distance by, okay, let me write it, d is distance by time, or dA, that is acceleration, is equals to dv by dt, right? So we'll write these kind of small quantities as dv, dt and all, right? Okay. Now, now let's enter and let's understand what actually how the formulas of differentiation work. Okay. So if I consider y to be a function which is x power n, okay, this is very important formula. So first we will study about dy by dx. That means that x is a function which is changing with x. So listen me properly. Y is a function which is changing with x. Clear? So that is called as dy by dt. It can also be represented with y dash. Both are same. So when I differentiate, this is an important formula, okay? If I differentiate x power n, it turns out to be n into x power n minus 1. From this one formula, okay, let me write it here. dy by dx is equals to n into x power n minus 1. This is the formula. Okay, let me just highlight this. And the condition, just remember, y in the format of x power n. Now let us solve some of the problems here. Yes, n into x power n minus 1. Absolutely. Absolutely, it's right. Okay, right. So now let's solve some of the problems here. Very simple problems. Let's consider, let's start with y is equals to x square. As simple as that. Y is equals to x square. Okay, so then what is dy by dx? Can anyone tell that? Very simple. Very simple. Just using the formula. Power is 2. So power is n. Just keep it as it is. So that is, I'll write here 2 into x. Same, I'm just comparing with the formula. N minus 1. N minus 1 is nothing but 2 minus 1. Okay, so what is the value? 2 into x power 2 minus 1, that is 1. So nothing but 2x is the answer. This is very basic. Just I am introducing this to the first time. I am writing it here. You're a 12th, 23, 24 batch, which is going on correct, right? Okay. Fine, fine, fine. Yeah, that's good. That's the right answer. Okay. Now let's consider some other problems such as y is equals to 1 by x. What is the differentiation of this function? dy by dx is equals to what? Okay. So welcome to the channel. Okay. How are you? I'm great. How are you guys? Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine, absolutely good. Okay, so I can convert this, I can bring this x in the numerator. It gets x power minus 1. 2nd April is my CS board exam. It is not done yet. Is the PU boards not completed yet? Because commerce is done and most of the science, your languages are also done, but CS is not done yet. I don't know about that. Okay, so x power minus 1. So what is n here? N is minus 1. So I'll just keep it here. After that, I should write the x as the formula says, n into x power n minus 1. Can you explain in Hindi? This particular channel is to explain in English, but If you want to, if wherever you feel difficulty, if you ask there, some I can explain, but not the whole thing. Okay, okay, okay. It's not done yet. Okay. So yeah, x power minus 1 minus 1. What is this minus 1? This minus 1 is n, right? In the formula we have minus 1. So again I am writing minus 1. So what is that? Minus x power minus 2 minus 1 minus 2 minus 1 minus 1 gets minus 2. So I can send it to the denominator as minus 1 by x square also, right? So this is the y dash, or the differentiation of 1 by x. Clear with this? Is it clear? Right? Okay. Then let's solve another one question. These are small questions, so I'm solving multiple questions. Y is equals to root of x. If I consider y is equals to root of x, then what is y dash? What is the differentiation of root x? So how to find it? So root x is nothing but x power 1 by 2. So n is equals to 1 by 2, right? So I'll just write n here. Beside that, x power n minus 1, right? 1 by 2 minus 1. What will be the answer? 1 minus 2 by 2. That is nothing but minus 1 by 2, right? So what it becomes? It becomes just 1 by 2 power x power minus 1 by 2. I can send this x to the denominator, right? So y dash becomes 1 by 2. If x goes to denominator, it turns out to be x power 1 by 2. And 1 by 2 is nothing but root x, right? So 1 by 2 root x is the answer. Is it clear? Are you able to understand this? How to find out the differentiation of the given terms? Yes? Is it clear? Differentiation. So these kind of things are required in physics when we want to get a slope or get a quantity after differentiating other quantities, right? So at that time we'll be using this. So here you can just highlight root x differentiation is 1 by 2 root x, and 1 by x differentiation is 1 by x square. X square differentiation is 2x. Clear? Yes? Okay. Now let's move forward. So I have just explained about the formula which is here, right? Y is equals to x power n. If your, what is that? If your function is in the form of y is equals to x power n, then you will use this formula and solve it in this format. Okay. So moving forward, these are the important formulas, right? So you can see that dy by dx, dy by dx of x square is equals to 2x, dy by dx of sine x is equals to cos x. So you have to remember these formulas, right? Take out a sheet, make a sheet, write down all the formulas, take it in front of you, and you have to read this daily. Yeah, what is the doubt? So remember this. Make a formula sheet and just recall by heart and remember these things. Yeah, what's the doubt? What is that? What kind of question is this? It's not a physics question. A letter log consists of 3 rings, each marked with 5 different letters, numbers. It's a mathematics question. But I don't have the time to now sit and solve it. But Yeah, if you want me to solve it, I can just take a screenshot, keep your question. Whenever I'm free, I can do that. But not now, because it's not related. It's not related to what I'm teaching. It's from probability, right? Permutation, combination, or probability. It's from that topic. And I'm not doing that right now. Okay? Yes. See you. So these things you have to remember. Differentiation of sin x gives cos x. Differentiation of cos x gives minus sin x, tan x secant square x, cot x cosecant square x, and all these things you have to remember. With the time flow, you will definitely remember these things. Now, let us move some of the complex concepts that ma'am, how can I know the answer? Put it in the comment section. I'll reply to your comment. Okay. Just type it down in the comment of this video. I'll go through that afterwards, after the live. Okay. So just entering to some of the next level differentiation are nothing but if product functions exist. Okay. Product. Like if there are two functions, let me call them as u and v, and I should differentiate them. Okay, fine. So there are two functions. So what is this u and v? U and v both are functions. It may be x square, it may be sine, it may be cos, or anything. So if they ask us differentiate, okay, d by dx of uv. So uv is nothing but they are asking us to multiply. Yeah, hi Junil. What physics doubt you have now? Vedantu. Yeah, you are. What is your doubt? See, if there is a product, okay, u into v, then how to solve it? So the best formula to remember this is the first function, right? Which is u, right? So just write the differentiation of first function into v plus the differentiation of second function into u. So what is this dash representing? I could have also written it in the form of du by dx v plus dv by dx into u. It looks lengthy, right? Difficult to remember. Instead of that, you can just remember it as u dash v plus v dash u. Dash is nothing but you're differentiating that thing. Am I clear? Is it clear to everyone? So this is called as product rule. Okay. It's called as product rule in differentiation. Similarly, we have for division also. Before that, let's solve an example here. Let us solve one example here. Okay. Let's consider what example? Yeah. Let's consider y is equals to x square sin x. Okay, so we have two functions. So y dash, nothing but differentiation of these functions. So I should differentiate first term. That is x square. It turns out to be 2x. And I'll keep sin x as it is. I'll write plus differentiating sin x. Differentiation of sin x is nothing but cos x. And keep as it is 2x. So this is the answer. Right? Oh, sorry, it is x square, right? The given thing. Just a second. The given you have to keep it as it is. That is x square. So this is the answer. Okay? Just this much. And let's solve other questions also. So this was one example. And let's consider y is equals to, what shall we consider now? You can consider anything. Y is equals to x cube and cos x. Yeah, let's consider this. So if I differentiate this, y dash will be equal to same formula. That is, it gets 3x square. So you should be good with this. First things what I've taught. Okay, here I have taught one by one, slowly just splitting everything. Once you're done with that, when you're entering to the product rule, again you will not write n into x power n minus 1. Directly you can do that. N minus 1 is 2. So I have directly written here. So what's the second term? I'll just keep it as it is. That is cos x. Plus I should differentiate the second term, that is cos x. Differentiating cos x gives us minus sin x. Okay, and keep the first term as it is. If I'll just arrange these terms once again, it turns out to be 3x square cos x minus x cube into sin x. So this is the answer. Is it clear? Is it clear how to calculate the product rule, how to use it in the equations when there are two functions, such as the function, first function is u and second function is v? At that time you should use these kind of conditions. Okay, now let's understand the division rule, right? If they ask us to find d by dx of u by v, let's just I'll just erase this so I can get some space. Okay, now d by dx of u by v, right? How to calculate it? Just the same thing in the numerator, but with the minus sign. Just see here, u dash v minus v dash u divided by denominator square. So why lots of questions? The frequency of tuning fork is this, velocity of sound is this, how far has the sound traveled while the fork completes 36 vibration. So frequency is given 36 vibration. A tuning fork is 384 per second. So frequency is 384. Sound of air is given, that is V, by which you can calculate the lambda, which is the wavelength of the sound. After that, you want to calculate distance, right? So it's a little lengthy process. Okay. So just use the steps. You can calculate wavelength. Then you have to calculate distance. How far sound travels. Sound has traveled while Froog completes 36 vibrations. Okay. So it's lengthy. It's not a direct question that I can just verbally answer that. Right? Okay. So this is the formula. This both formulas are important. So just note it down. It will be useful. So if there is product function du by du, that is u into v, use this formula. If it is du by v, okay, u by v in a form of fraction, you just use this formula in the format of division. Go with this formula. Okay, both the formulas are important. Fine. So let's solve a question on this. Let's consider the same question. Y is equals to, okay, at this point let's consider, okay, what example we can have. Yes, let's consider the same question as x square by sin x. Okay, now it's in the division format. So now I don't have time. It's, if it is verbal question, I could have answered directly. I should say it and solve for it, then only I can answer, right? Okay. So y dash with the question u dash, differentiate u, nothing but x square is 2x. Keep v as it is, that is sin x, minus differentiate sin x, that is cos x. Keep u as it is, sorry, x square. Below in the denominator, just square it. Just a second. Just square the denominator, that is sine x whole square, which turns out to be sine square x. So this is the answer. This is how the division product rule and the division rule of differentiation works. So there's another, let me just write it down. There's another important thing over here that is called the chain rule or power concept. Okay, let me just, where it is. So next one is chain rule. So I'm just giving introduction to all your mathematics. Deeply, if you choose mathematics, you'll be studying this in your boards, 11th and 12th. Okay, I'm just introducing to all of the topics. So next thing is chain rule. So how does the chain rule work? Let's see that now. So let's consider x with the same thing. So we have seen product rule, we have seen the division rule. Now we are going to see the chain rule. If I put the question as sine x square. Now don't think that it is a product rule, that is sine u and x square v. It's not like that. It is sine of x square. Sine into x. It's not sine into x square. Yeah, please understand this. It is extremely important. If you get confused with the product rule and chain rule, then you are going to lose lots of marks. Okay, this is sine of x square. Nothing but it is inside this x value. So this x is not simply the x, but it is x square. Then how to solve these kind of questions? So let me just write u dash. U dash is nothing but differentiation of, y dash, differentiation of y. So what the chain rule states is, if you get these kind of complicated question, see the outer. Okay, you should differentiate outer, then inner, then inner. That is the process. So let me show it how. So this is sine of x square. Now I'm not diving into x square. If it is sine x, I will differentiate it as cos x, right? So here also I will write cos, but here it is x square. So I will write cos of x square. First step. Is it clear? Sine of x square, differentiation of sine is cos. Same as it is, you are keeping the x square. Now differentiate this x square again outside. First, you have differentiated the outer thing. Now, which is present inside that outer function, you are going to differentiate it. So, what is the differentiation of x square? It is 2x. So, right, this is the answer. Y dash is equals to 2x into cos x. Clear? So, this is the answer. This is called as the chain rule. Is it clear? Is this clear? About chain rule, we can have another question here. Let's consider one more question based on chain rule. Okay. So let's consider the question to be y is equals to 2x square plus 3 whole power 4. Clear? Now how to solve this? Listen, this is important. Okay. So I'm highlighting these points because you may get confused in this. So I can see this. There is some function to the power of x. Okay, sorry, to the power of 4, right? Some function to the power of 4. I can interpret this as x power 4 because x is nothing but a function power 4. First, I will reduce this. Okay, x power 4, it can be separated as 4 into x. X is nothing but 2x square plus 3 power n minus 1. N minus 1 is 4 minus 1. That is 3. So one layer I have removed. Not in the next step. In the same step, now I am going inside. So I removed the power which is outside, right? Then I am going to this function x. So 2x square. Now I will differentiate 2x square. It turns out to be 2. Okay, differentiating 2 is a constant, coefficient, not a constant, it's a coefficient. So I'm keeping it as it is. I'm differentiating x square. Differentiating x square gives 2x and differentiating a constant gives 0. Is it clear? Is it clear? Then I can just multiply all the things. Okay, this 0, let's leave it. So this becomes 2 into 2, 4. 4 into 4, right? 2 2s are 4, 4 4s are 16. So it is 16x into 2x square plus 3. Is this clear? Right? So this is the answer. It is called as chain rule. Clear with this? Y dash is equals to 16x into 2x square plus 3. Is the differentiation clear? Okay. This is called as chain rule. Further, you can consider a double differentiation. Okay. Double differentiation. So what is this double differentiation? Let's consider an example. Simple example. Y is equals to x cube. This is a function. Now I'll differentiate y for one time. So I'm writing 1 dash over it. So if I differentiate from the formula, I know it, n into x power n minus 1, that turns out to be 2. So it is 3x square. Again, if I differentiate this for the second time, it is called as double differentiation. And what will be the answer? The coefficient 3 I'll keep outward, right? X square, differentiating x square gives 2x. Just multiply the things, it is turning out to be 6x. So 6x is the value of double differentiation of x cube. Clear? If we differentiate x cube, we'll get the answer 6x. So basically, what is double differentiation? It's nothing but you are differentiating the term for 2 times. Clear? Is this clear? Shall we move forward then? So we have discussed about limits, LHL and RHL. Then we saw differentiation of x power n. Then I gave some formulas, right? After that, we have studied what is product rule, chain rule, and double differentiation. Is it clear till here? Right? Is that clear to everyone? Shall we proceed? So we are moving into the concept of integration now. Let's dive into the concept of integration. Clear? Okay, so as I said, most of the students feel that integration is difficult, but with the right approach, if you move towards the chapter, you will not feel the same, right? Okay, so the formula of some of the integration is given over the screen, and just remember that differentiation and integration are very related to each other. They are just like the mirrors, okay, opposite, you can see. So in differentiation, we studied that d by dx of x power n, the formula was n into x power n minus 1, right? Similarly, in the integration, if we consider integration of x power n into dx, so it will be equal to x power n plus 1 divided by n plus 1. Okay, so this is the way, this is the important formula for integration. Okay, we are going to integrate most of the numbers with this particular formula. Okay, it's important, right? Okay, so this is the important formula, and these are the list of some of the formulas which you have to remember. So after coming back from the break, I'll be solving the questions based on integration. So stay tuned. Let's have a quick break of just a 5 minutes, and let's be back and let's solve this. Okay, so just go through the formulas. I have written important formulas over your screen, and practice them, note it down. It's not needed that in a one go you should remember, as I said in the first class. Just go through the things. Okay, go through the formulas. It may be differentiation, it may be integration, they are important. Okay, let's have a quick break. After the break I'll be back here. Yes, students, let's continue with session. So let me just wait. So, hi others, hello, how are you? Now I can hear you. I can't hear you. I can just read the text, right? Hello, everyone. Hi, hi, hi. So, done with the formulas. Practice, written it. Why it's not starting? Just a second. Harsh, hello. Oh, sorry. Right. Now you can see me. Great, now you can see me. Hello. Okay. So, guys, yeah, I was telling you to practice the formulas, right? So, these are the differentiation problem formulas which you have to remember. Okay. And integration formulas also I have given you. So, practice them because they are going to be extremely useful. If you are choosing mathematics, then these things are required. They are like mandatory things. Fine. So you can go through these all formulas. You'll get it in your textbooks. You'll get okay. And okay, fine. Let's dive into the integration concept now. Yeah, shall we start with the integration? Everybody, quickly let me know that. Are you guys ready to solve integration problems? Any questions, any doubts, anything? If you have, you can just put it in the comment or in the chat. Moving forward, let's start with the concept of integration. Yes, Nandini. I just took 5 minutes break and yeah. Integration. Ready? Ready with the concept of integration. So let me first state you why we should study integration for our physics. Okay. Let's draw a thing here. What it got? I don't know. Just consider this to be a vehicle. It's moving forward with a speed, let's say 100 meter per second. Okay. There's a vehicle which is moving with a speed of 100 kilometer per hour. Let's consider, not meter per second, kilometer per hour. Okay. Okay. Kilometer per hour. Okay. And let's say it's covering a distance of, let's consider, it's so what is the distance we have to calculate in the time t is equals to 5 hours. There's a vehicle which is moving with a speed of 100 kilometer per hour, and the speed of the vehicle, just let me write it with instead of saying writing it will be more clear. So given things in a problem, it's given there's a vehicle which is moving with a speed of 100 kilometer per hour. Okay, and also time is given 5 hours. They are asking us to find out what is the distance covered by that vehicle. Clear? Now how to solve this? With the basic things which you have studied in your ninth physics again. Right? So there's a vehicle which is moving with a speed of 100 meter per second and we have to calculate distance. So how can we do that? We know the formula of velocity or the speed. Okay, we know the formula. Speed is equals to distance by time. Again, the old formula, right? Distance by time. Okay. Now they have asked us to calculate the time. So let me write it in the short form that distance is equals to speed into time. Do you guys agree with this? Okay, this formulas, yeah. Is this clear? So don't get confused with S, D and T. Just remember the terminologies. I'm writing distance is equals to speed into time, or else we can consider speed to be V. Okay, don't get confused with these things. Right? Let me write it in the format of given so that there should be no confusions, or else you'll get confused. So V is equals to S by T is the formula. We want to calculate distance. Distance is S, which is equals to V into T. Fine. Okay. So let's substitute it. Velocity is 100 kilometer into 5 hours. So what's the distance covered? Distance covered is 500 kilometer. Okay. What is the distance covered? Distance covered is 500 kilometer. Yeah, Jai Shri Krishna. Jai Shri Krishna to you too. Okay. This is the answer. Now, the catch over this concept is we know this much calculation. But if they ask us what is the distance traveled at a particular time, okay? So in 5 hours, the distance traveled is 500 kilometers. That's okay. For a small time, they are asking us speed. See here. Now again, let's consider here another vehicle. Okay, this is a different vehicle which is moving with the variable speed. Variable speed. What is the meaning of variable speed? Yeah, here it was constant speed that throughout its journey, throughout the 5 hours, it was moving with the speed of 100 kilometer per hour. Here variable speed means at some point of time the speed was very high and at some point of time the speed was low. Actually in the real life we see this, right? Never the vehicles stay in the same speed. If you are going in a some rush area or if the road is not fine, you're going to reduce your speed. If the area is free and the road is clear, you'll increase the speed. In actual life, in the practical life, we'll be saying about variable speed. In your ninth standard, you have just studied about the constant speed. So it was very easy to calculate, but it's not the ideal condition which works here. In the real life, we'll see the objects or we'll see the vehicles which are moving with variable speeds. So how to calculate the distance covered by this variable speed object, which we don't know what is the accurate constant velocity. So let's consider this is moving from a point A, which is here. Okay, it's moving from point A to point B somewhere here. And it doesn't have any constant speed. And it is with the time t. Okay, it's taking time t to cover this A to B distance. If I consider a small distance here, okay, small distance, let me call it as this small distance as ds. Okay, yeah, let's consider a small distance ds. So in this small distance, now I will calculate this small distance, because in this small distance the v will be constant, speed will be constant. Understanding what I'm telling here? Yeah, what happened? Can you read my comments? Yes. What's there? I can go through it after the session, right? Okay, so in this small distance, the velocity is constant. Fine. So now I can calculate the small distance ds just by multiplying the small velocity. Let me call it as dv. Okay. Yeah. Let's concentrate here. Okay. I just want make you guys understand these concepts than anything else. Right. So let's concentrate here. So I am speaking about the small distance, right? Because there the velocity is constant. So I will consider v. Let me just take this. I'm not considering dv because v is constant. But time is changing. I'm considering a small time interval. Yeah, what comment? What are you talking about? Yes, Harsh, what are you talking about? I'm not getting. V into dt. Okay, dt is nothing but a small time interval. I am now considering small distance in a small time. Only at that point v will be constant. If I consider this equation, it will not work because v is not constant throughout the journey. Done. So now if I want to get the total distance, how should I get? If I get the value of, by this I will get the value of ds, which is very small distance. But I want to get the distance from A to B. So to get the distance A to B, I will just integrate this from A to B, the distance ds. So that's nothing but we are integrating V into dt. Right? So this is how integration works and it is used in the physics. Okay? In this condition, in the 9th standard physics, we have been studying about constant velocity. So here we don't require integration. But in 11th, you'll be studying about variable velocities where we require the concept of integration to solve such kind of questions. And you'll be studying about integration in your 12th standard. So that is where the difficulty students feel. Okay. So you'll be studying the concepts of integration in later class, but in physics we are using it early. So if you have opted for the mathematics also, first you should clear your basic maths once again before you start with 11th, so that physics you'll not lag behind that. Understanding what I'm saying? So you can't say that anyway I have chosen mathematics, so for again physics I need not to worry about separate maths. It is true if you're done with your 12th, but if you're starting, you'll be lagging with the concepts that will be discussed in the 12th standard mathematics, right? So you have to prepare it now itself, at least the basics, not in very depth, at least the basics which is required to solve the physics problems. So I hope you understood why integration is important. Why should we use integration? Why we should learn integration to use in physics. Clear? Yes. So this is one application of mathematics, that is integration in physics. The other application you can see graphically. Okay, let's see the graphical application of integration in physics. Okay, again, I'm connecting the 9th physics and 11th physics. In the 9th physics, we have studied about the graphs, right? It may be VT graph or AT graph, and also we have studied the area under the graph, right? So if I take the differentiation of speed and time gives velocity, and area under the curve of VT graph gives distance. Do you guys agree me? So let's consider this to be VT graph. Okay, area of this graph, right? So area of this graph is nothing but, what is that area? Base into height, right? V into T. What is V into T? Distance. So distance can be found by area under the VT graph. This you have studied already in the 9th standard. But what comes in 11th physics is, again consider a VT graph, but here the object is not moving constant with constant speed with equal interval of time. Some random motion the object is undergoing. It's moving from this point A to this point B. Okay, let me write it A and B. Now, how to calculate the area under this particular graph? Right? It's not accurate triangle or rectangle, right? It's not accurate rectangle. So it's difficult to find area under the curve AB. So what we will do, we'll consider a small strip here, right? We'll consider a small strip here of the width dt and length, let's consider V. Clear? So what is now the area? So if I multiply this small area, okay, if I get the value of this small area, it's giving me small speed That is ds is equals to v into dt, small speed. If I want to get a complete area, complete speed value, what should I do? I should put integration over here. Okay, then I can get the speed over this complete region or area of this complete region. Okay, so we already studied this, so I'm not again explaining, right? In the 9th standard only you guys have studied that area under VT graph gives distance. If it is speed, it gives distance. If it is velocity, it will give displacement. Is it clear? Right, is that clear? So this is the application of integration. Where do we use integration? Clear with this? Any doubts? Any questions regarding this? If you have, you can ask it. Clear? So this is why we use integration. Basically, majoritively, we will be using it for two things. One is to integrate and get the answer, because we can calculate. It is possible to calculate very small thing and we want a large thing. So we will integrate, we will add those things. Right, it's not possible that I'll find the area of this strip, then I'll take other strip, I'll calculate that area, other strip, other strip. It's a lengthy process. Instead of that, what I can do, I can consider the area of one strip and I can integrate it to get the complete area. Is it clear? Yeah, is that clear? Shall we move forward now? Shall we proceed? Please note it down or understand the importance why we are using, and then only you can implement it in a proper way. So I have given the example of 9th physics and 11th physics. Why do we want to learn these concepts while entering to the 11th standard? Because we'll be using them to solve the problems. Okay, so we should know this basics. It's not simply you're studying, it will be useful in the upcoming days. Right? Is it clear? Now, shall we solve some of the questions regarding your integration? Yeah, shall we solve some of the questions? Let's solve. Let's solve only the basic ones because that is required now. Because you have not studied yet the things, right? So, let's very easy, simple question. Let's solve them. Okay. So, first one, just writing. Let me write a formula once. That is x power n into dx is equals to x power n plus 1 divided by n plus 1. Yeah. Now, let's start with the simple thing. Let's consider x cube. Y is equals to x cube. So what is the integration? Can anyone watching the video can tell me the answer? Just apply this formula. Tell me what is the integration of x cube? What is the integration of x cube? So normally here you'll get a C constant because it's not definite integrals. Definite integrals means it will have limit a to b. So we'll be studying about it later. Can anyone tell me what is the integration of x cube? Quickly in the comment. Very easy question, basic question. Just apply and substitute the formulas. Okay. Then y is equals to, let's consider root x. Okay. Integration of root x into dx will be dash. So tell me the answers quickly. Then definite integral, I'll be discussing about it in later. So these are very basic things. And let's consider integration of sin x. So what's the answers? Can anyone? And fifth one, what shall we consider? Yeah, let's consider integration of e power 5x. So yes, what are the answers and how to solve them? Anybody? These are simple. I have not included any complicated question as this is the first session which you are getting introduced to the concept of integration and all. There are much complex questions that exist in integration, but I have chosen very basic, very simple one. Can anyone? So yes, first one is x power 4 by divided by 4. Exactly. Good, good, good. Rupam, good. That's the right answer. Exactly. X power 4 because it is x power 3 plus 1. Very easy, right? There's no, it's easy. Right? X power 4 by 4. Good. Good, exactly. And second, okay, fifth one you're telling 5 into e power x into 5x. Okay. Third one is x. Exactly. Third one is x. Yes, exactly. Third one is x plus c in all. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. No worries. That we'll be knowing, no. So we'll do that kind of mistakes. Yes, plus c in all. Plus c in all. And fifth one, what is the answer? Actual correct. Check once. Fifth one, it's not right. Check it once. Integration, not differentiation. You're not differentiating it. You have to integrate. Yeah, quickly. 5 into e power x. Uh, Let me just check it. 5 into e power 5x for the fifth. Oh no, that's not. It's not right. What's the answer? Shall we? So, what's the answer for fourth one? It is direct. Yeah, shall I explain? See here. E power x. Okay, I'll consider this as e power x. Integration of e power x is e power x. Integration, differentiation of e power x is e power x. The same thing you will write once. This is one step, the outer. E power x in that format. Okay. Next we have to integrate 5x. So what's the integration of 5x? X power 1, right? So 5 is coefficient. Let me check it. 5 is the coefficient and x power 2 by 2. So let me just check it. Yes, what's the answer? It will be, let me just write here, divided by 5. Okay, just a second. Let me just make it proper. E power 5x, e power 5x, as it is, you'll write. The coefficient of x is 5. So when we integrate this term, that 5, the coefficient just goes down. So that's the format how we should solve it. Okay. And integration of sine x will be minus cos x. Integration of root x, nothing but integration of root is 1 by 2 into dx. So x power 1 by 2 plus 1 divided by 1 by 2 plus 1. So it will be x power 3 by 2 divided by 3 by 2. 2 will go to the numerator. So the answer will be 2 into x power 3 by 2 divided by 3. So this is the answer. So these are the answer. This is how we have to integrate using this particular formula. Is it clear? E power x is actually a different. This doesn't apply there. Okay, this is for x power n kind of questions. Okay, so this is the important formula of integration. Fine. Okay. Then let's solve one definite integral problem. Okay, these were about indefinite integrals. Let's solve one of the definite integral problem now. Okay, let's consider an equation. Okay, let's consider an equation and let's solve a definite integral problem. Definite integral means that has upper and lower limit. Let's consider the question integration of 0 to pi by 2. So I'm showing how to read it also. As you are going to introduce this chapter, these are new chapters. So you may not know the terminologies also. So how to read it? Integration of 0 to pi by 2. So this is pi, nothing but 180 by 2. That is 90 degree. Okay. Integration of 0 to pi by 2 sine theta. Sine theta into d theta. So how to do this? So I said here, right, sine theta, integration of sine theta is minus cos theta, right? So let's write here minus cos theta. So we are not going to use d theta as we have already integrated the thing, but we will apply the limits. Okay, we will apply the limits, that is 0 to pi by. Okay, so step by step, slowly I'm solving this so you can understand. So you will first integrate the term. You will not use d theta again. You can use plus c. So I'm not concentrating on that now. But no, sorry. We will not use plus c here because it is a definite integral. In definite integrals, using plus c is not required. But in indefinite integrals, you should use it. Okay. Yeah. So it is minus cos theta 0 to pi by 2. I will take out minus outside. So inside we have cos theta pi by 2 to 0. Okay, this upper limit, the thing which is present in the upper side is called as upper limit and this is lower limit. So minus outside. So what we'll do inside is cos of, instead of theta, I will write the upper limit minus lower limit. Okay, this is the way to solve the definite integrals. Upper limit minus lower limit. And let's keep again minus outside. Cos pi by 2. Okay, cos pi by 2 is nothing but cos 90. Right? Cos 180 by 2. That is cos 90. What is the value of cos 90 degree? Cos 90 degree is equals to 0. Cos 0 is equals to 1. Cos 90 is equals to 0. So here it is cos 0 is equals to 1. So what will be the answer inside? 0 minus 1. Right? Minus into minus, it will get plus, and what is the answer? That is 1. So this is the way to solve the definite integrals, where you will get a limit a and b. So let me just write here the formula to solve it. Integration of a to b f of x is nothing but any function into dx will be equal to, you will differentiate the you will integrate the function. So let me write it as f dash. Okay, don't confuse by it getting it differentiation. Okay, I'm not speaking about differentiation. After integrating the function, let's consider it will get g of x. Clear? F of x is the function. I'm integrating the function first, so I'm getting the answer as g of x. Okay, the answer I'm getting is g of x. Then I'll apply the limit to this g of x. So what is the g of x here? The f of x here is sine theta. And what is g of x? G of x is minus cos theta. Clear? I'm telling about that. So finally I will get the answer g of upper limit minus g of lower limit. So this is the method to solve the definite integral problems. Okay? So I have just given you the method. So any definite integral formula you can use in this format. Okay. Now let's solve another one example problem. Integration of 0 to pi, nothing but 0 to 180 cos theta into d theta. Okay, integration of cos theta, this is our f of x. We are integrating the f of x to get g of x. Integrating cos theta, we will get sine theta. And limits, you can just put a line pi 0. If you write in this format also, it's right. If you put a bracket and if you write it also, it's right. But what happened when we are solving the problems for numericals, like for competitive exams like JEE and NEET, there the steps they don't see, right? So we will not put the brackets and all. We'll just put a line and put the limits. So what will be the next step? Next step is upper limit minus lower limit. That is sine pi minus sine 0. What's the value of sine pi? Yes, you should know that too. Not only up to 90, you should know up to pi, 2 pi, what will be the values. Okay, you should know these values also. So sine pi will be 0 and sine 0 is 0. We already know that. So what's the answer? It is 0. So the answer is 0. Is it clear? So just I'm introducing you every topic that exists. Okay, the definite integrals, differentiation, limit. These topics you'll study in more detail in your 11th and 12th. I'm just introducing you. I'm just showing you what exists. Clear with this? Any questions regarding this? If you have any question or if you want to study any topic, let me know it in the chat or in the comment section. Right, so that I can know how your preparation is going on and what you want from me. Okay, so this was for the basic mathematics. From the next class we'll be starting with physics. Before starting physics, it was necessary to introduce you guys to the mathematical tools that we are going to use in the upcoming sessions, right? So in two videos, as I said in the beginning also, we have completed the basic mathematics, including the concepts. So which are the topics I have taught? You can just see it here. Yeah, over the slide. So in part 1, I have covered 4 topics. In logarithms is nothing but you'll understand the formulas, but it is not required as that. Log m into n is equal to log m plus log n. Log m by n is equals to log m minus log n. So these kind of formulas will occur. Hi, hello, hello, Krishna. Okay, hi. Okay, so these are the topics which have taught in the sessions. Clear? And also the so you can just go through the slides, right? Limits and formulas you have to study. This is required, okay? And yeah, we'll with this time flow we'll understand how to remember the things out. So basically what happens, by seeing this formula list you may feel difficult how to remember these all formulas, but when we'll be using it in numericals, when we'll be solving it again and again, if we use the formulas, it will just generally sit in our mind. Okay, make a sheet of formulas, stick it on the wall, keep looking at it, keep practicing it. So with the time you'll be able to know them. Okay, don't think that these many formulas are okay. What's your name? My name is Neha, physics master teacher at Diksha Vedantu. Okay, so these are all the things. Clear? And I think it's okay, I can zoom it. Just a second, let me show it to you. Okay, not further zooming. Okay, see here, you can compare these formulas and also study it, the integration and differentiation one. So they are like just inverse of each other, right? All the formulas. Here, see here, the differentiation of, let me show it. Okay, I couldn't write on this. Okay, no, fine. So just see here, the cos, differentiation of cos is giving us minus sin x, and the integration of cos x is giving us sin x. There is just change in their sign, right? Integration or differentiation of sin x is cos x. Integration of sin x is minus cos x. So these kind of minute changes you can observe everywhere, right? It's just the reciprocal which is going on, right? Let me show you some more things which are similar. Yeah. So these things will be going on. You have to study them. Where are you from? I'm from Karnataka, India. Yeah, from Karnataka. Okay, this inverse one. So see here, the differentiation of in sine inverse x is 1 by root of 1 minus x square. And integration of similar kind of thing will give you sin x. So with if we start 11th, if we start 12th and all, I'll be teaching you this in very depth, okay? But here at this point, it's not required that I take one formula and keep on explaining it. It's not required here. Clear? Okay, done. So yeah, these were the mathematical tools that I wanted to discuss with you before I start with the physics. Is it clear? Done. Tell me quickly. Done with the session? Any questions, any queries, any doubts? Or, yeah, do you want us to teach 11th and 12th? So, as a foundation series, some of the concepts we'll be discussing from your 11th and 12th. But, yeah, let us know your response, what you want. clear to everyone? So I'm done with the session. I'm just going to wrap up the session. Yes, so I hope that's clear to everyone. So I'm going to wrap up the session. So do watch the videos. If you have not subscribed the channel yet, keep it subscribed because you're going to get amazing sessions on the channel. So stay tuned with us. We'll be bringing daily. Teachers will be coming and they will be teaching you. Okay, so stay tuned. And and if you like the video, don't forget to hit the like button. So that gives us motivation, that gives us the support to work more hard and come with the new sessions for you guys. Okay. So yes guys, this was about today's session. I hope this session was clear and it was interesting. So thank you so much for watching the session. Let's meet again in the next session. Till that, have a great time and bye bye. Yeah, what happened, ma'am? Please. Gosh, what you're telling? Yeah, what you're asking, ask me quickly. I'm going to wrap up the session. What's the doubt? Yes, ma'am. Yeah, what? Oh, yeah, what? Tell me quickly. Small doubt. Yeah, what are the doubts? Tan 0 is 0. You can get the chart in the Google also, right? Yeah, what's the doubt? What's the question? Is everything clear? What? Don't be simply asking a small doubt. Can you tell what is the matter? Tell it quickly. It's lengthy. Put your question. I said, just put it in the chat. Oh, sorry, not in the chat. Put it in the comment section. I'll be going through this after the sessions. Okay, when I'll be free, I'll just go through it. Put it in the comment section. What you're telling, your question is lengthy. Put it in the comment section of the videos. I'll be going through your questions and I'll answer to your questions. Okay, is that fine? Is there anything else? Okay, good. Tan 0, you got your answer. Tan 0 is 0. Sine 0 is 0, right? Tan is equal to sine by cos. And cot 0, cot becomes 1 by 0, not defined. Okay, good. Done, everyone. Clear. So, was the basic mathematics session helpful? Tell me quickly in the chat. Was the sessions helpful for you? Yeah, tell me quickly. Was the basic mathematics session helpful for you? As you have not started your 11th standard yet, have a good day. Thank you. Who is that? Yeah, done. Yes, guys. So I'm going to wrap up the session. I'm done with the session. So your basic mathematics is completed in the session. What happened? I didn't expected this response. Yeah, what's the reason? Tell me quickly. In the next session, I'm going to start with the physics chapter. So completed with the mathematics here. It's not possible to take your complete 11th and 12th max in just 1 2 hours videos because they are really time taking to study, so you will have that course of time. So yeah, I'm not telling here I'm going to teach you entire mathematics. I'm just going to introduce you to the mathematics, right? So that's all what I can do in 2 videos. In just 3 hours, right? I have completed entire things, including the first and second video. So that is what this video purpose is for, just to introduce. Because in the course of time, in your first year, in your second intermediate years, you will study it in more depth and detail, right? Yeah. Waves lesson 11th. Yeah, it's 11 in 11th physics, I guess. Okay, let's see for that. Okay, and whatever the questions you have, you can just put it in the comment section. So I'll be going through it. So yeah, this was about today's session. Thank you so much for watching the session. Let's meet again in the next session. Bye bye. Okay, waves lesson, I'll see for that. Okay, thank you so much for watching the video.